She was just the nanny. That's what I kept telling myself. But when your wife hasn't touched you in months, when your own home feels colder than outside, and then a woman walks in soft voice, warm smile and makes you feel seen again, you lose control. I didn't mean to fall. But Jasmine became my secret. My escape. My sin. Until my daughter walked up to me one morning, holding a crayon drawing of me and Jasmine kissing. My heart stopped. My breath vanished. The walls of my lies were caving in. But nothing prepared me for what my wife said when I confessed. After Ellie handed me the drawing, I stared at it like it was a ticking bomb. 3 stick figures. One was clearly me, labeled Daddy. The other, a smaller figure in a dress, holding my hand, was Jasmine. And above our heads, a bright red heart. I couldn't breathe. My daughter had unknowingly caught the truth we were both trying to bury. I looked up. Jasmine was across the room, frozen. Her eyes locked on the drawing like it was the end of the world. Ellie giggled and ran off, completely unaware of the grenade she'd dropped. I didn't think she saw us, Jasmine stammered, voice shaking. She must have, I said quietly, staring at the little red heart again. I felt sick. I felt exposed. But the worst part? I didn't regret it. Not the way her lips felt against mine. Not the way her touch made me feel alive again. Not the way we whispered to each other in the dark, like 2 people who had finally found warmth in a cold world. That night, Jasmine came to me after Ellie went to sleep. I was sitting on the edge of the bed, staring at nothing. She didn't say a word at first. She just sat beside me. Then she took my hand, gently, like I might break. I didn't mean to fall for you, she whispered. I didn't mean to let you, I replied. We both laughed a little, bitter and broken. And then we kissed, slowly. Not like the first time. This time, it wasn't about impulse. It was confession. Her lips trembled against mine. Her hands gripped my shirt like she didn't want to let go. Like she couldn't. We ended up in bed that night, really together. Not just touching skin, but pouring everything out, the loneliness, the fear, the guilt, the aching need to be seen. It was soft. Slow. Painfully beautiful. I traced every inch of her body with my hands like I was reading Braille, like she was a language I'd forgotten how to speak. She whispered my name like a prayer, like she didn't want it to end. And for the first time in so long, I felt wanted. Not tolerated. Not endured. Wanted. Afterward, I held her close while she cried. I didn't say a word, I just stroked her hair until sleep pulled us both under. But reality has a way of showing up when you least expect it. The next morning, Carla was already in the kitchen. Early. Too early. She was sipping coffee like nothing had changed. Except, her eyes weren't empty today. They were sharp. Watchful. I kissed Ellie on the head, tried to act normal. And then Carla said, with that tight-lipped smirk she wore when she was angry but pretending not to be. Ellie showed me a drawing yesterday. The one with you and Jasmine kissing. My spine went cold. I turned slowly. Carla? I can explain. Oh, I'm sure you can, she said, setting her mug down. But let me save you the trouble. She looked me dead in the eyes. No tears. No yelling. Just ice. I know you're sleeping with her. I've known for weeks. And honestly? I don't even care. I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. Then she hit me with it. Because I've been seeing someone too. Actually, I was first. That moment shattered something in me I didn't even know was still whole. I wasn't the only one hiding. Hello friends, if you have watched to this point, I need your help. We have noticed that the channel is losing traction and subscribing is one of the best ways you can help us. It's quick, free, and allows us to continue bringing you great content. Your support means everything to us. Let's keep this channel growing together. Thank you. I was first. Those words echoed in my chest like a shotgun blast. I just stood there, staring at my wife. The woman I had spent 7 years trying to love, trying to fix things with, trying to make feel like home again. She had already left me. Long before I ever touched Jasmine. I sat down. My legs couldn't hold the weight of it all. Carla leaned against the counter like she had rehearsed this. Calm. Cold. Dead behind the eyes. How long? I asked, voice barely a whisper. She sipped her coffee. 6 months. Maybe 7. I lost count. I felt like vomiting. You looked me in the face every day and said nothing. Oh, please, she scoffed. You knew we were over? You just didn't want to admit it. She wasn't wrong. But it didn't hurt any less. What about Ellie? I asked. Carla paused. That was the only time her face cracked. Just for a second. I'm not proud. But I needed something. And so did you, clearly. That's when Jasmine walked in. She froze at the sight of us, me slumped at the table, Carla standing with that detached calm. Her eyes flicked between us like she'd just walked into a fire she didn't start but couldn't escape. I'll go, she said quickly, her voice trembling. No, I said, rising to my feet. Stay. Carla smirked. Oh, how noble. I turned to her. You don't get to judge me anymore. You left this marriage the moment you stopped trying. I stopped trying, she snapped. You're the one who went looking for a babysitter with benefits. Jasmine flinched like she'd been slapped. That's enough, I said firmly. Don't talk to her like that. Carla laughed an empty, bitter sound. Wow. Look at you. Protecting your little affair. And just like that, she turned and walked out. No more words. No tears. Just silence. Jasmine stood still, shaking, tears welling in her eyes. I never meant to come between you two, she whispered. You didn't, I said, pulling her into my arms. We were already broken. You just showed me what it felt like to be whole again. And for a moment, we just held each other. No guilt. No shame. Just two broken people who found comfort in the middle of the storm. But deep down, I knew something had changed forever. Later that week, Carla filed for divorce. She wanted shared custody, and I agreed. Ellie deserved both of us, even if we'd failed each other. Jasmine moved out the same day. I asked her if we still had a chance if what we had could survive now that the secret was out in the light. She smiled sadly. Maybe. But not right now. You need to heal, and so do I. I watched her walk away with tears in my eyes. Not because I lost her, but because I finally understood. Some love stories aren't meant to last forever. Some exist just to remind us of what love should feel like. Soft. Warm. Real. It's been a year. Carla and I are better as co-parents than we ever were as lovers. And Jasmine? Sometimes she sends postcards from new cities. Still chasing her dreams. Still smiling in ways I once had the honor to witness up close. I don't regret loving her, even if she was a secret. Because sometimes, the people who weren't meant to stay still leave behind the pieces of you that help you start again. Would you forgive both partners for cheating, or walk away from both? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life stories like this.